Hey guys, so this is another Who to Summon video, and this time around, we do have some difficult options actually. Yeah, even Clint, that guy's amazing. Edge and there's a lot of options here that are very hard to choose from, but no worries, I'll help you out. So let's talk about Rosamia. Rosamia, I mean, when she was released, I said she's not a must-have, and there's good reason for that. However, she is still a very surprising, very powerful hero, especially if you max her out. That's the secret with Rosamia. Rosamia is such a freaking powerful, overpowering. Like I had to admit after some time that she is like an absolute monster of a hero. But the trick about that is that she has to be maxed out. She has to be +5. She has to have all of her. Let me show you real quick because this is freaking insane. All of her badges maxed out. Where are you, Rosamia? Badges. Because up until this point, it's not really like anything to talk about. However, once you actually reach her to 9 freaking badges, she gets 100% normal attack damage for 2 turns when each turn begins. This will make even her counter attack, which is trick, to actually one-shot you in many situations. Like, no joke. Her F4 in war is an absolute nightmare. It doesn't matter if you're like 50, 70k more powerful than your enemy. You'll still get one-shotted. I mean, yeah, that is really, really scary stuff, guys. For sure. But that's the thing. For Rosamia, the only way that I've seen her being overpowered and all that good stuff is that she has to be +5 and she has to be as maxed out as possible with her own weapon and things like that. At that point, she becomes so overpowering that you can't ignore her, like me in that situation. So sadly, I haven't really seen anybody use her at +0, +1, +3. I mean, these awakenings are pretty awesome. I mean, you're gonna need this to actually make her survive more and lower the attack of the enemy, and this one to actually give protection to your entire team, which is pretty amazing, really powerful. But this +5, it is going to make her immune to stuns and silence and all that good stuff. However, this skill, this passive, increases Rosamia critical chance resistance penetration by 50%. And Rosamia also generates 25% mana and gains magic trick. So this is going to make her go off a lot faster. But the main thing is that once she actually crits, she'll do 50% more critical damage penetration, which pretty much she's gonna do 50% more crit damage on you. So yeah, that's gonna change and make a lot more damage to the point that you're starting to fight him. She gets that 100% normal attack damage normal attack damage buff on her. She's gonna one-shot you, and yeah, it's gonna be really, really freaking destructive. But this is gonna be a hero more for the people that can actually max her as much as possible in that situation. So those are my impressions with Rosamia. You have to have her maxed to absolutely destroy every freaking player. I've seen guys that have her on defense, and it's not even a red team. It's just like some random boring team, and you just put a little Rosamia on a defense team, and just look at the sparks fly. Just her destroys your entire freaking enemy team. It doesn't matter if it's blue. It doesn't matter, guys. It doesn't matter. And that's it. I've seen this strategy over and over again in war. I mean, just a lonely Rosamia with a random weak team, and you get destroyed. I mean, yeah. In that respect, she is absolutely a monster of a hero in that respect. But if you don't max her out, she's not going to actually do all that good stuff. So that's definitely something you have to take into account with her. Now with Clint, I already released his update video. I mean, what I like most about Clint is that he's +0, he's ready to go. You're able to actually do breaking shields, dispelling, and all that good stuff. So, and red really does need a dispeller. It does need a shield break. breaker. I mean, he's the only shield breaker for red, period. And at +0, and not only that, with his actual skills, he's able to actually get 50% crit chance and all that good stuff, and crit damage by 100%. So he does have a lot of good things for him, and he's fast speed, so he's really nice hero. I really dig this hero actually. And for his awakenings, his +1, it pretty much turns him into a Deed Light. A single target Deed Light that breaks shields and dispels and powers Sigmund, as I said in my update video. So that's a really powerful +1. If you're thinking about which one of these to actually upgrade, his +1, you gotta get his +1. His +1 is absolutely amazing. But as I said, you are able to use him in +0 as just the hero that you're going to use to break shields first, and dispel. So red really needs a dispeller. So yeah, he can do it right off the bat without awakening weapons and all that good stuff. His +3 is going to make him do a lot more damage. That's what I've actually seen with my testing. Specifically in PvP, I've noticed that when I have him at +3, his damage feels so much more different than before. I tested him in a +1. He's not like doing crazy stuff. At +3, yeah, heroes start to die at that point. Yeah, so it's a big difference, especially if you have his own weapon, which freaking gives crit damage by 110%, additional to the one that he's already getting. So yeah, very powerful stuff, guys, for sure. And the +5, this will make him survive so much more. And this part about the actual life, yeah, that is super annoying. And 30% more damage taken is not something to scoff at. Really powerful stuff, guys, for sure. So yeah, I really like Clint. He feels so much more powerful than many of the heroes that you're playing at +0 at +1. So that's the main thing is that I really like about Clint there. And last but certainly not least is Edgina. This nightmare of a hero. I mean, there is still some situations in which I'm having problems with Edgina. She's been around enough for people to understand how to beat her, though. However, at F5 in War, I mean, I've fallen for this trap so many times, in which you see a very weak team on F5, but you notice that the team actually has a lot of power, and I'm like, could that be like a Mildred and an Alia that are hidden in there? And then when I actually fight the fight, it's a freaking Edgina, and I'm not really for Edgina. Because the thing is that when you're fighting against Edgina, you really need a way to actually prevent her healing and stun her and kill her as fast as possible. And if you're not ready, you're going to have a lot of problems taking her down. She's still a very difficult hero to take down if you're not prepared for her in that situation. So, as I said in her past video, she is a hero that she can turn into an entire team all by herself. That's the main reason why you would want to actually have Edgina on the attack, and probably on defense in F5 in War. It's pretty crazy stuff, guys, for sure. I mean, but her +1 is definitely a really big upgrade, because she will be able to revive and actually gain mana and all that good stuff for her with the snakes and all that good stuff. So this +1 is really necessary in that case. The +3 is going to give her more protection and raise the damage dealt increases damage dealt by 25% for allies for 3 turns when casting a skill. So that's really awesome for the snakes as well. However, once you actually get her to +5, this is when things get really dicey. And that point, you can actually have the snakes attack pretty much all the time in that situation. You're just going to feel like they're going to attack all the time. And the main thing is that, remember that the snakes are going to become the exact same stacks as your Edgina. So now at +5, it's going to have 150% as much stacks as Edgina. So it's going to be Edgina plus 50% additional. So at +5, this is a huge upgrade for Edgina in that situation. So very powerful stuff. But do remember that Edgina's skill will try to kill your other allies. So do take that into account. A lot of people have asked me this question before. Why are my heroes dying? What's going on? I'm losing life. Yeah, this skill is designed to kill your other heroes so Edgina can do her thing with her snake. So yeah, that's a thing, guys. So yeah, that's something you have to take into account for sure. So I really like her at +1. She's able to do a lot more than you can imagine. However, there are some limitations with her. Like, she doesn't do well with taunt heroes. Like, before, when she was released, it only was one taunt hero, which was Mildred. But now we have 3 taunt heroes. So it's going to be even harder than before to actually use Edgina. And stuns destroy Edgina, so that is a really big problem with her as well. So if you're going to use her, you have to have a plan or not fight a hero that stuns. And also, heroes that actually prevent healing or creates healing, makes the damage. Makes the healing that you do turn into damage, like realms, like Amalia and things like that. That is really really bad for her as well. So those are the 3 big things that you have to take into account when attacking the Edgina. If the enemy has one of those 3 elements, it's probably not the best team to attack with Edgina. However, any other team in the entire freaking game after that, it's game. Edgina on herself, all on her own, is able to take down those teams without any problems in that situation. So yeah, there's a learning curve to actually use Edgina, so you do have to take it into account. And now it is harder to use Edgina, but that doesn't mean all the teams all the teams are not all the teams you're able to beat, but there's many teams you can defeat only with one hero. And that is Edgina, so that is really powerful stuff, guys. As I said before, it was easier. Now it's harder to use Edgina, but that doesn't mean you are not unable to use Edgina. She is really, really powerful hero for sure. Now let's talk about the 4 stars. Let's start with Rosamia here. Kylie, I mean, she's a super fun hero, super awesome. But honestly, I really don't recommend you to use her. It's not enough. She really needs to, do she has to go off a bunch of times. But still, she's pretty fun. If you really like her, sure, why not? You can use her, but I don't recommend you to max her out there. Jack, sadly, I have not seen a use for Jack at all, ever, so I don't recommend. As I said many times before, I love his character design. Look at this. It's really awesome. But after that, no. He really doesn't have any uses in the game, sadly. Now for these, Lynn is one of the very few dispellers in the game, but she's not a single target dispeller. It's going to be random, and sometimes you're not going to get what you want in that case. But still, she's a really nice hero. She's fast speed. She dispels. She's really useful, especially for free-to-play players. She's going to be a must-have for you to be able to dispel damage share and all that good stuff. Dylan, another hero that I absolutely love his character design, but no. I mean, the guy doesn't really do anything, and he's slow to boot in that situation, so yeah, I can't really recommend you to use him, unless you really want to have a hero that actually holds the whip and doesn't do anything for the rest of the fight. This is the guy, but after that, no, I don't recommend you to upgrade him. And last but certainly not least, Clara. I really like Clara. A lot of people don't like her, but I do like her. She's going to reduce the damage. The defense. She's fast speed. She's going to put that diva for Bender. For free-to-play players, I really like this hero for sure. And, I mean, putting the debuff on at fast speed, you can put the debuff on every single enemy in the enemy team. So that's really awesome to have. So I really like Clara. I do recommend you to upgrade her. But don't expect her to be like your main hero. Just the hero that's going to help you out in eliminating the others and things like that. You activate her first, and then you activate another hero that does a lot of damage there. And Jomurgond. I mean, this hero, man, there's a collection of heroes that absolutely look amazing in character design, but are not exactly good. So Jomurgond, I love her character design as well. Look at that chest there, that cut in the chest. I mean, it makes me think, what is that? But her character design is actually amazing. But after that, another hero that you're not gonna use for like anything. I mean, who needs defense for purples? Like seriously, who needs defense for purple? Especially if you have like a director or anything. So I don't recommend you to get Jormungand. She looks amazing, but she doesn't really do much in that situation, sadly. Now, which one of these heroes I recommend you to actually get as your number one option? Wow, believe it or not, I'm gonna go with Clint this time around. The main reason why I chose Clint is you get in a +0, you're ready to go. I mean, like, you're ready to go, and you can do a bunch of stuff in that situation. And specifically, it fills a need for two things that Red really needs. That's dispelling. You do have a few heroes that dispel. Sigmund, and with his weapon and +1, does dispel, but that's going to be even more investment. But Clint, right off the bat, you're going to dispel at +0. And the main reason is he breaks shields. He is the only shield breaker in the entire freaking game that is red. You do have a few heroes that do a little bit more damage or prevent the shield from being created, but after that, no shield breaking. And Clint does shield breaking, and that's the main reason why I'm going to recommend you guys, because at +0 you can do that right off the bat. Just put a shield weapon and you'll be able to break shields first, and then actually go with any other red hero and do all the damage that you actually need. Because shield breaking is such an important ability in the game, because shields, the damage that is done to shields is cut by 50%. So until you break the shields, you're not going to beat the enemy. So yeah, that is a really important stuff, guys, for sure. And this +1, it almost feels unfair in some situations, because he's going to be able to do it twice in that case, and he's going to actually get mana from Greenstone. So yeah, he's going to get those bars faster than usual in that case. So that's really pretty amazing. At +3, he is going to do more damage, and it's going to be really amazing. This 3-turn thing, I honestly forget to count the turns. I have to take that into account when he's on defense. That's pretty amazing. And the +5, oh my god, that healing reduction thing is so freaking annoying. And this is going to help him actually survive more. So yeah, there's a lot of things to like about Clint. I really like this hero, and the best thing is that +0, he's able to do those two key things. Now, Rosamia or Edgina here. The second option, I'm gonna go with Edgina, because even though some people say that Edgina is not as good as before, because I mean, there's a lot of heroes now that are gonna give her problems, she is still a one-hero army, a one-hero full team in that case. So I'm still gonna give her the number 2 spot for her in this case, because if you get her to +1, and you choose your enemies right, you can have her as your full team right off the bat and destroy your enemies in that case. So yeah, I've always loved Edgina, and always hated to attack her when she's on defense, and receiving attacks from her and with different teams that I actually fight in Summit, because on defense and war, I don't really see a lot of Edginas, because now everybody knows that stuns and a bunch of different things actually makes her, have a lot more problems. But still, she's still a one-hero full team, and that gives her the advantage versus Rosamia in that case. So she is still a very, very powerful hero. I highly recommend you to actually try her out, but do be careful. Do see my other video for Edgina, because there I explain step by step many things of how to actually use her in that case, because there is a learning curve when you use Edgina. And last, but certainly not least, is Rosamia. The main reason why I decided to have Rosamia as the last choice is that I've never seen her use a +0, +1 like incredibly, like game breaking or anything. Nothing. Never. Like never. Not even a +3. I always see her at +5 with her badges at all 9 badges. Once you actually get that, yeah, it's game over. Very few heroes in the game can be as overpowering, I'm gonna say overbroken as Rosamia. Very few heroes in the game, and especially on defense. If you fought a Rosamia on defense, have you noticed that she is maxed out and she has all her stuff? Yeah, you got to finish the game as soon as possible, or she's gonna freaking destroy you. But that's the thing, guys. She needs to be +5. She needs to have her 9 badges and her weapon to actually be super overpowering. That's the problem with Rosamia. If you have her at +0, +1, she's not going to perform very well with you. So that's the main reason. So this is a hero that's going to be for the top spenders in the game, sadly, or the top investors in the game in that situation, sadly. But don't underestimate her. If you see her on defense and she's +5 and her badges are 9, she's going to absolutely destroy you if you don't play it smart and try to kill her quick as soon as possible, guys. Now, for the 4 stars, I mean, this time around it's going to be really easy to choose, and that's going to be Lynn. I mean, Lynn she's an amazing dispeller. She does a bunch of things, and if you're starting off the game, you're going to use her a lot when you're playing red. A lot, for sure. And the second option, no-brainer. I mean, there's no better options in this case, so it has to be Clara. It doesn't matter if she's not one of the best heroes. She is going to be better than the other heroes there. They look amazing, but don't do much. Clara is going to create an opening in certain situations, and she's going to beat that enemy in that case. And I'm not going to choose a third option because all the options are pretty bad, so no. Let's leave it like that, guys. Alright, guys, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please leave them in the comments and we'll talk about it. Alright, thank you very much for watching, guys. Have a great day. Bye-bye.